Today I'm going to take you to a very strange ancient native burial site that just cannot be explained. And the characteristics of this burial place are unlike anything that I've ever seen before in my life. It's in a very remote place. Sits way up above the Ohio River here in the northern Ohio Valley. But we're gonna try and make it to it today. And maybe some of y'all watching will have some idea of maybe what this place represented or what it even was. The hills that I'm hiking now average about 1,100, maybe 1,200 feet above sea level. And the river down here sits at around 600 feet above sea level. So it's 500 or 600 feet of climbing, but that's within a couple of hundred meters. So it's very, very steep. Looks like they were logging up here, and that's as far as they could get. That's very steep. We're going way up here. Wow, these West Virginia views never disappoint. You should see this in the winter time when the leaves are off. Just to put this into context of how old this burial place is. It's around 2,500 years old, they believe. And we are right now only about a half a mile or so from the stone walkway or runway that we filmed, and one of the largest, if not the largest, ancient fortified cities that was built in what is now the United States. But it was all destroyed by agriculture and farming down on the flats. But the ruins that these people left in the hills surrounding that wasn't able to be farmed, they still remain here. We're getting up to the top and it's starting to come into view. Just a little farther, I see it right up here. This is an ancient burial mound from the mound builders. They say they think it's Adena, but it may also be a Hopewell mound. But it's unlike any other mound you've seen. This mound has characteristics about it that I haven't seen before. The top of the mound has a large stone platform, and surrounding the mound were placed these very, very large sandstones. They estimate to be 1,000 pounds or more each. It's strategically placed around this burial mound. And what did they represent? And this mound was built on the highest little peak right on the tip top of this mountain here. You can see it coming into view now. And this would have been the original top of the hill right here. And you can see that mound that's been built right on the tip of this mountain. Now, it wasn't a sharp tip mountain. The mound does extend slightly to the south on a slight ridge. And the people that explored this mound and described it of having that stone platform and those stones strategically placed around it was about 100 years ago. So let's go up here and just see how much of their writings are left. We'll go up the back most pronounced side of the mound. I already can see stones on the top, what may have been the platform, but I do not see any of the larger stones that were placed around the sides. This looks to be what's left of the stone platform that was put up on top of this mound. And how do you get this up here? I have no idea. You can see the size of this. Very huge stone here. And this tree has grown up through the middle and split it apart. What is left of this large stone platform on top has just been split apart by these trees growing up through it here and there. But I want you to look down here. We have found some of the stones that were placed, the large oval stone shapes that were placed around the mound. Look at this. Here's the first one. In the writings, they said they estimated these stones to be, I think, between 1,000 and 1,200 pounds. And I believe it with the size of this one here. How many people would it have taken to move these rocks up this hill and place them on this mound? Here's another one right here. It's got a chip off of it. It's broken in half, but most of it is there. And there's another one right over here. Now on the front side, they seem to have been covered up with dirt from erosion. And what happens is, along the river, when the new highways were put in, probably in the 50s and 60s, they took a lot of that mountainside out, which caused a lot of erosion on that side. As you look at this platform, you have to ask yourself, could this even be moved up here? There is no way that people moved this rock up on top of this point. It would have been 15-foot diameter, and I don't know how far it goes down into the ground right there, but that's 15 or 20 inches thick at this point. It's also thought that this place may have been a sacrificial place, but you can tell there has been fires up here, because just looking at stones around here, some of them have been fired and they have been reddened from these fires. My honest, educated guess, by studying this stuff, coming up here and actually looking at it, is that there was an outcropping of stone around this size, 20-foot diameter, 15-foot diameter, that popped out up on the top of this hill. It may have been 15 or 20 feet high. And I think they buried people around that outcropping until it was filled up clear to the top, leaving that stone platform on top. And just how many people are buried around that stone platform up on this mountain? Well, we can only imagine. But you know, with them large stones around there, they had to be some people with some status. You come back now.